Looking at example 2, we're going to highlight the slope, y-intercept, and average rate of change. You'll start to see. The average rate of change is just the slope of the line. So the slope and the average rate of change are going to be the same number. So let's look at example 2. Given the function g of x equals 3x plus 4. Remember, g of x is just y, right? So we're going to find the slope, find the y-intercept, and average rate of change. So I have g of x equals 3x plus 4. I need to find my slope. So what's the slope? 3. What is your y-intercept? So my y-intercept is 4. And then what is my average rate of change? Is 3. Remember, the slope and the average rate of change is going to be the same. So let's graph it. So our first step is graphing the y-intercept, 0, 4. That b is the y-intercept. So make your point. 0, 4 on the y at positive 4. Now we are going to do our slope. So our slope we said is 3. We need to make it a fraction, 3 over 1. So my 3, am I going to go up or down positive 3? I'm going to go up 3 and over 1. So 1, 2, 3 and over 1, and plot your point, and then draw your lines. Now it is asking us, we need to determine if it's increasing, decreasing, or constant. So to read lines, you always read from left to right. So our line is going from the bottom all the way to the top. So in this case, our line is increasing. You read it left to right. Increasing. Now, with increasing, we'll always have a positive slope. So just look at our slope. It's positive 3, so it's increasing. For decreasing, you will have a negative slope. So if that 3 was negative 3, then our line is decreasing. And then for constant, that is kind of like my horizontal line straight across. That's a constant. Okay, let's look at number 3. So we need to find the equation that has a slope of 7, and then they give us a random point. So we know our formulas, right? What's the slope-intercept? Y equals mx plus b. So in this case, it's f of x equals mx plus b, right? So let's plug it in. So they give us the slope. We know the m is going to be 7, but they didn't give us the b, the y-intercept. They gave us an x and a y. So looking at our slope-intercept equation, do we have an x? Yeah, we have that mx. We have an x. Do we have a y? Absolutely. Y equals. So we have an x and y in our formula, in our equation. So let's just plug them in. So instead of y, I'm going to put a 1 equals, what's my m? Well, that's 7. What's my x? That's positive 8. And I need to find the b. So 7 times 8 is 56. Bring the 56 over. So we're crossing the equal, so subtract it. So I have negative 55 is my b. So that's your first step. Well, now we need to get our equation. So put it in, f of x equals, what's my m? 7x minus 55, because we found the b. So we can make our equation. Example 4, for the given function, f of x equals 2.5x plus 4.3. So x is the number of years since 2000. And y, or f of x, is the percent of students taking at least one online course. So find f of 7 and describe it in words what this means. All right, so f of 7, so it's telling us to plug in 7 for x. 2.5 times 7 plus 4.3. Solve, so 2.5 times 7 is 17.5 plus 4.3 equals 21.8. All right, so 21.8. But we need to describe in words. What does that mean? That means that is the percent of students, right? So 21.8% of students took at least one online course. Now, what is the 7? So that's telling us that it is 7 years since 2000. So 7 years since 2000 is 2007.